and welcome to another edition of Sock Puppet Theatre. I'm your host, Mr. Sock. Now today we are going to talk about the true meaning of Christmas. I've been preparing all day to share some holiday traditions with you to help you get into the spirit of the season. And, well, things have not worked out as they should. But, be that as it may, here to help me with this task is my assistant, Stinky. One moment, please. Stinky, where are you?
Jingle bells, socks your smell when they're worn all day. Take them off and wash them up and fold them neatly together in pairs and not in some silly little ball and put them all away. Hey! Do-do-do, do-do-do, la,
Stinky,
la,
what
la,
are you
la,
doing?
la.
We're in the middle of Sock Puppet Theatre here.
Oh, hello, Mr. Sock. I just love the way you say that. Sorry I'm late, but I'm just so full of the Christmas spirit that I lost all track of time. Hello, kids. Hello, people. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Weihnachten. Bon
Stinky,
Natale.
please! This is no time for fooling around. I'm trying to tell everyone all about the various traditions associated with Christmas.
Oh, I'd be glad to help with that, Mr. Sock. Everybody, each year, the Christmas season is a time of joy and wonder for many of you. But let me tell you, it's a different story for us Socks. I mean, ever since that one little famous, or should I say infamous line in that poem, we've had to endure incredible torture at the hands of cruel children everywhere.
Stinky, what are you talking about?
You know that famous line, the stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there? Kids, do you know what it's like to be a sock at Christmas time?
Stinky!
I mean, how'd you like to be turned upside down, hung above a roaring fire, and then have some big guy in a scary red suit come and stuff you with toys and candy and that horrible little fruitcake that for some reason people think you have to have at Christmas, but no one actually eats, and then our landfills are overflowing with millions of hard little fruitcakes discarded in the trash. Every year I get stretched out to double my size, and you think you've got problems with bulging bellies at the holidays?
Stinky, you're really losing it here.
Takes me a couple of months to shrink back to my handsome and spectacular physical specimen that you see before you. Now let me tell you about...
Stinky!
Yes?
Are you quite through?
Yeah, sorry. I just can't help it, Mr. Sock. I mean, I love Christmas. It's my favorite time of year. I feel just like a kid again every Christmas.
What do you mean at Christmas? You act like a little kid all year round.
I know, cool, isn't it? But I really love Christmas.
Fine, then help me talk about some holiday traditions that will help to teach the true meaning of Christmas.
Okay, how about Mr. Glubbyfish?
Oh, now don't start talking about Mr. Glubbyfish. Mr. Glubbyfish is not a Christmas tradition.
Sure he is. Every year you ask me, Stinky, what would you like to get for Christmas? And every year I tell you, I want a Mr. Glubbyfish action hero with super squirty action, but you always tell me, there is no way I'm going to buy you a Mr. Glubbyfish action hero and have you run around squirting everyone, including me, and then I yell, I want a Mr. Glubbyfish! I want a Mr. Glubbyfish! And you yell at me and tell me to go to my room, and I go stomping up the stairs yelling, if I live with the football socks down the street, they'd get me a Mr. Glubbyfish! And you yell back, they'd never take you if I paid them to. Believe me, I've tried. And I spend the rest of the day locked in the bathroom trying to make a Mr. Glubbyfish out of toilet paper, which kind of works fine until I take it in the bathtub and it falls apart in the water. Now that's tradition!
Oh, Stinky, you're missing the point. I was talking about real traditions like going out and getting a Christmas tree and decorating it with ornaments and strings of popcorn and tinsel. But you wouldn't help me get one, and now all the best trees are gone, and I don't know if we'll even have a tree this year.
Oh, I see. Let me get this straight. You wanted me to take a sharp implement out into the middle of the woods and hack down some poor defenseless tree in the prime of its life that was probably the home for a family of chipmunks and a nest of blue jays, then drag it through the snow all the way back here, then put on a whole bunch of breakable objects and shreds of used tinfoil that get caught up in the vacuum, and a whole bunch of lights that turn the whole thing into one big fire hazard, just so you can stand in front of it and go, oh, yeah, right.
Very funny, Stinky. You know you love decorating the tree every year.
I'd love it even more if I could decorate it with classic Mr. Glubbyfish keepsake ornaments.
Oh, enough with the Mr. Glubbyfish merchandise. Let's move on, shall we?
Mr. Sock, didn't you have a favorite toy when you were a kid? Something that you just wanted so badly, and then when you had it, you just loved playing with that toy?
Well, yes. I did have a favorite toy. A little stuffed sock.
Oh, cool. What was his name?
I'd rather not say.
Aw, come on, tell me his name.
You'll just laugh at me.
And what?
I said you'd just laugh at me.
Oh, you mean I'd laugh at you?
Whatever, I just know you will.
Oh, Mr. Sock, I would never laugh at something as beautiful as a special childhood toy. Come on, tell me.
Okay. It was Mr. Wooby Wubby.
Oh, Mr. Wooby Wubby.
I told you he would laugh.
I wasn't laughing, I was laughing.
Oh, very funny. Can we please get back to our discussion of Christmas traditions?
Okay, sorry. I'll be good.
Fine.
Mr. Wooby Wubby.
Settle down now. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Okay, how about holiday dinners with all the family? Now that is the true spirit of Christmas. But of course, you forgot to type up our annual Christmas letter and send out the Christmas cards with the invitation to dinner. So now probably no one will show up, and I won't get to serve my traditional Christmas sweet potato pie.
Don't think of it as a lost tradition, Mr. Sock. Think of it as one less trip to the emergency room.
Very funny. You mean to tell me you don't enjoy having dinner with our relatives?
Oh, yeah, right. We have all your relatives shipped over from England in a FedEx envelope, and they're all cranky from having to sit next to Uncle Horatio, who forgets to wash every year, and they sit around with all my relatives from every little trailer park in America. We were both separated from our families at birth and ended up together, folks, but that's a whole other story. Anyway, your family wants to eat the traditional pig's head and kidney pie with mustard. Ew! Well, my family wants to burn the house down while trying to barbecue the other part of the pig indoors. The kids are fighting. No one likes the gifts they buy for each other. Then my Aunt Lucy falls into the punch bowl and starts yelling, "Come on in, everyone, the water's fine!" And someone ends up calling 911 before the whole thing is over.
Stinky, don't you think you're exaggerating just a little?
Okay, my Aunt Lucy only sticks her head in the punch bowl. And someone ends up calling 411, looking for numbers like Nescapec, Pennsylvania, and Parsippany, New Jersey, and Poughkeepsie, New York, and we end up with this huge phone bill. And I still don't ever get to get a Mr. Glubbyfish.
Would you stop talking about Mr. Glubbyfish? I am sick of hearing about Mr. Glubbyfish.
If you got me one, I might stop talking about it.
Oh, never mind, Stinky. But how about Christmas caroling? You must like doing that. Going around to shut-ins, singing favorite traditional carols as we huddle together and sip hot cocoa with mini marshmallows in it. Oh, the memories that brings back. But you forgot to run off the music sheets and buy the cocoa and call the carolers. So there's another tradition gone for this year.
Yeah, I love to sing Christmas songs, but last year the old woolly hunting sock down at the Moose Lodge kept saying I was a 4-point buck and he wanted to bag me for his trophy wall.
Well, you were wearing that silly antler hat and you know Mr. Woolly can't see very well. But don't you love these traditional Christmas songs that we sing every year?
Oh yeah, I love them, like Socks on Harold's Ankles Stink, Away in a Hamper, Darn the Socks with Balls of Linty, I'm Dreaming of a White Knee-High, and my all-time favorite, Rudolph the Red-Heeled Argyle. Oh yes, Mr. Sock, they do bring back memories of...
Memories of Christmases past.
Isn't it Christmas-eye? Christmases? Christmas-ages?
It's Christmases.
Christmases?
Oh, why do I even bother?
'Cause you like tradition and me picking on you is a special tradition that lasts and lasts. The gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, let's just keep going with this. Now, Stinky, what about going to Christmas Eve service at church? Surely you must like that.
Of course I do.
Good, now we're getting somewhere.
I mean, where else can you go to see all the friends and relatives who don't go to church the rest of the year in one convenient location, hear 100 screaming babies, listen to really bad soloists butcher fine 400-year-old Christmas hymns, and then fall asleep during a rousing message that the preacher pulls out of mothballs once a year?
Stinky, I didn't realize that you were so cynical.
But Mr. Sock, all us athletic socks are that shape.
No, not cylindrical, cynical. Stinky, you have managed to find the negative in every Christmas tradition, from gift-giving to tree trimming, to family get-togethers, to Christmas caroling, to Christmas Eve services. You'll never know the true meaning of Christmas with an attitude like that.
But Mr. Sock, I do know the true meaning of Christmas.
I know, Mr. Glubbyfish.
Would you stop talking about Mr. Glubbyfish? Oh wait, that's your line.
So you're telling me, with all the traditions you've managed to forget or malign or mess up, that you, Stinky, know the true meaning of Christmas?
Of course I do. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Stinky, hurry up! We haven't got all day! Oh. Oh my. It's a little nativity scene. Why, there's a Mary sock and a Joseph sock and a little baby Jesus booty. And he's sitting in a little sneaker. Why, Stinky, it's...
It's what Christmas is all about, Mr. Sock. Traditions are fine, and I really like getting a tree and visiting with family and singing and going to church and all that. But if it weren't for this little baby being born, none of those things would have any meaning. That little baby came to save us, to be light in our darkness, to be our way. He is the greatest gift we ever got. And that's why I love Christmas and act like a little kid this whole time. It reminds me that I'm God's little baby too.
Stinky, that's just so beautiful. I'm touched. I'm overwhelmed. I'm...
Look out, folks! He's gonna blow! See, I told you he was gonna blow.
Stinky, I misjudged you. Will you ever forgive me?
Well, if he could forgive me all the silly stuff I do, the least I can do is forgive you.
Thank you, Stinky. That was the nicest thing you've ever done for me.
Oh, wait, I'm not done yet. Here you go, Mr. Sock.
A present for me? Oh my, I wonder what it could be.
Go on, Mr. Sock, open it. Go on.
Why, it's Mr. Wooly Wobby. But Stinky, how did you ever...
Well, when I messed up on the invitations to our annual dinner, I wrote to your mom in England and asked her to send something that would help you feel like God's little sock again. And she sent me this.
Well, Stinky, this is just about the most wonderful Christmas I've ever had. I can't believe you did this for me.
Aw, 'twas nothing, old buddy, old pal.
Well, it was something to me, Stinky. And I haven't forgotten you either. Wait right here.
Ooh, a present for me? I wonder what it could be. It isn't socks, is it?
Oh, ha, ha. Just open it, silly.
It's a Mr. Glummy Fish action hero with super squirting action! However, did you know?
Oh, brother. Well, I figured you were a little older now and could handle having a Mr. Glubby Fish.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sock. I can't believe you got me a Mr. Glummy Fish. Hey, why didn't you just tell me in the first place that you got me a Mr. Glummy Fish?
What, and spoil this wonderful moment? Not on your life, Stinky. Not on your life.
Wow, Mr. Sock, this is the best Christmas ever. Can I please?
Oh, go ahead.
The best Christmas ever!
Well, I do wish we had gotten a tree, though.
Well, I did get a little tree. It's not as nice as last year's, but at least I got one. Would you like to see it?
Oh, yes. Go and get it.
Do you like it, Mr. Sock?
Why, Stinky, it looks just like...
A cross?
Yes. Did you plan it that way?
Well, the thought did cross my mind.
Well, Stinky, it looks just perfect.
Why, thank you, Mr. Sock.
Merry Christmas, Stinky.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Sock.